Welcome to Americana Archives. Today's headline is When Teddy and Carter Met. This article was written by J.F. Lewis. It says, "It is well known that Teddy Roosevelt always had a warm place in his heart for the great Northwest, where he was once a cowboy. Whenever he met a man from Montana, everybody else had to take a back seat. The man from the West came first." Lawrence F. Abbott, writing in World's Work, gives us this account of a meeting between Roosevelt and the late Senator Tom Carter, which gives a good illustration of Teddy's attitude towards Westerners. Mr. Abbott says, "One day, while I was seated in Mr. Roosevelt's private office, which was a fairly good-sized room, his secretary announced the late Senator Carter of Montana. The senator was shown into the room. He was dressed, as I recall it, in a gray frock coat, and his round face, surmounted with red hair, shone with pleasure. To my intense amazement, Mr. Roosevelt leaped out of his chair, seized the senator by the hands, and they began dancing back and forth across the room, chanting the following doggerel in unison. 'Oh, the Irish and the Dutch, they don't amount to much, but hurroo for the Scandinavian.' After Senator Carter left, Mr. Roosevelt, amused at the look of surprised interrogation on my face, volunteered the following explanation. 'Tom Carter is a good friend of mine, although we have often disagreed radically on political principles and issues. Some years ago, during a political campaign, he and I were scheduled to speak on the same occasion in a town of the Northwest. When we came out of the hall and were walking along the boardwalk of the little village to our hotel, we met a large Swede or Norwegian who was somewhat exhilarated from pouring too many libations in honor of the Republican Party. As he zigzagged his way along the narrow sidewalk, we had to step aside to avoid a collision. He was singing at the top of his lungs that song about the Irish and the Dutch. Now, Senator Carter is Irish, and I am Dutch, and we thought it was a very good joke on us. So every time we meet, unless there are too many people about, we are apt to greet each other as we just did now. It has become a kind of ritual." This story came from the great state of Montana, being reported in the Bear Paw Mountaineer of May 6, 1920. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.